Talk to the people.
Talk to the people.
Hello, peoples. I'm
Talk to any people who will listen.
That is probably a lot of people.
What?
Motherfucker. God, cock damn it. Why is this thing fucking up? Quit. Okay. Hi, people. You're probably seeing me fuck with shit. I'm about to share this post here as me and not as the Damsels, as I've done in the past, because I'm a loser. Oh, I don't want to hide this from my timeline. I wish to share it with my friends. Yes, sharing. Sharing and caring is great. Share post now. Here's my friends. You guys are my friends. This has been shared to my fucking timeline, y'all.
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Cha, verily.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dip. All right.
We'll give people about 4 minutes to matriculate into our wonderful learning lesson.
I was going to say, to matriculate, you actually have to be attending.
We're teaching. We're putting on a fucking university-level masterclass here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
As long as that's your definition, like, I'm okay with that. Man, my hair is as bouncy as my cans. This is great.
My hair is not as bouncy as my cans. Well,
actually, I would say yours they're about the same. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Both Rissy and Jeff, whose hair is as bouncy as their cans.
Quote that shit.
Actually, that could be our the episode title.
I like this. I like it.
Yeah, hair as bouncy as our cans.
With hair as bouncy as our cans.
Our magnificent cans.
Yes.
Oh, we have so many goodies for people tonight.
I know.
Anybody trickling in yet?
That's what I'm checking on. I swear I am Google inept. We have one viewer.
Hello, one viewer.
I'm trying to figure out who said viewer is.
Is it Blythe checking up on us, making sure that we're doing the things?
Sometimes
that we're supposed to be doing.
Or maybe it just counts you as the one viewer.
I guess. Although since you invited me into the call.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh well.
I have no idea how these things work sometimes, and it always seems like I do the same steps, and then for some reason it doesn't work. Let me move around in this other little window here and see if it.
This here window, going prospecting for viewers in this here window.
I am. I'm gonna go deep. I'm going to go real deep to find some viewers.
I'm going to go just a pickaxing and a hacking and a pooping and going right in there. My prospector turned into Bill Cosby.
Yeah, it sounds like your prospector is trying to find some unconscious ladies.
I was going to say, it's not enough for Bill Cosby to assault women. Now he assaults my performance of accents.
Oh, my. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Right.
I mean, you're a lady.
Well, I'm a woman. I don't think I'm a lady.
Fair point. Fair point.
I ain't no lady. Shit. Depending on the topics tonight, I have props.
Do you? Did you take a look? Did you take a look at the notes?
I did. Yes, I did.
I changed them just a little bit ago.
So that it wouldn't all be Gen Con related?
Yes. Well, also so that I created the news according to Jeff without knowing it. So the news according to Jeff is all good later on this week.
There we go.
I moved some things around, so we're talking about who we are and what we do.
That's fantastic. Well, my letter is going to be interesting as fuck this week for reasons that we will discuss in tonight's Negaverse episode.
In tonight's Negaverse, we went up to 3 viewers, so that means
3 viewers. What up, y'all?
People can see us, but I need to know. They need to use the chat feature so I know that I'm looking in the right place.
In the group chat, yeah.
That's what I need. So someone who's watching.
All of you should be talking in the group chat, yeah.
Say something.
Say something if you have ways of making you talk.
Yeah. Say something, you stupid heads. Do it.
Do it now. Do it quickly.
That's right. Get to a chopper. Get there. You may or may not want to get to a chopper.
But you're going to have to get to that chopper, I'm afraid, you guys.
It is in your best interest
to get to the chopper.
To a chopper. It doesn't have to be the chopper. Just get
a chopper. Any chopper is okay.
I'm not demanding. You could get to whatever one might be in your general vicinity.
Oh, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Rar and Sons Scottish Thistle Ale.
Ooh, I am drinking an Angry Orchard Hoppin' Mad Apple. This is a kind I haven't tried before. I like it.
That's the angriest of apples.
Rawr, hoppin' mad. Well, it's so angry it turns the trees into Ents. And then they get up and they hop. Oh, they're slow to anger, but when finally roused, they're quite powerful. Just like this cider.
Just like the cider.
Just like the cider. Actually, I doubt it's that alcohol. It's only 5% alcohol, so perhaps a bit of a misnomer, but I still like it.
Hey, as long as it tastes good, that's what matters. From a guy that drinks strawberry daiquiris from time to time, as long as
from time to time, bitch, you drink those every time we go out.
We've been out a few times, and I have yet to return back to my daiquiri love. I'm not saying that it's gone. I just haven't done it lately.
We need to get you back there, bruh.
Right.
Are people talking?
I got a message from Blythe.
What does the Blythe say? Is she... Guys, you're supposed to wait until you're broadcasting to post.
I'm writing, but we are online. Or we should be.
Or we should be.
By my according.
I was going to say, if we've got multiple viewers, then we should be live.
Yes. I started a live Google Hangout. I want her to check it because, like any good student, she checks my work. Like she's a teacher and I'm the student. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You understand what I'm getting at.
I do.
Yeah, it says that we're live. It says that we can go ahead and start this thing. I have no problem starting this thing as soon as I know.
I can feel it.
Coming?
Because we're live.
Is it coming?
Coming back again. I've had a stroke. I'm sorry.
Rissy, no. Rissy, no.
You know, the thing is that as goofy as Live's first offerings were, nothing will ever be as bad as the Dolphins Cry. That is perhaps...
Your dumb mouth.
That is perhaps the shittiest of all of the kind of very late 90s heading into the Nickelback new metal era. Like, it is the worst. Oh, Blythe asks, did we click start broadcasting?
And I responded because I did. And it says we're live, but I don't want to start.
Oh, yeah, and just somebody, Justinos, just texted to say that we're live.
Oh, somebody texted.
Yeah, somebody just.
Because I have no idea what people are saying in the chat because I don't know if they're not talking or if there's a chat going on. But in any case, I think it's time that we start this thing if we do have confirmation that we are indeed, like we thought already, live.
Which is to say live and not undead. Or are we?
Oh, if I could be undead, I would want to be a lich.
Well,
so I would have a phylactery, and I could live possibly forever, depending on my hide-and-seek skills.
Lich or demi-lich?
Ooh, demi-lich, yeah.
Right. Got a demi-lich. Hey, what's that skull in a pile of dust? Let's go check that out, you guys.
Never touch the skull in the pile of dust.
That's how you can tell the experienced gamers are like, no, run, screaming from the skull and pile of dust.
The skull starts talking to you. No.
Its teeth are made of gems. You just run out of there like a fucking Looney Tunes character.
All right, bitch, shut up. I'm going to do an opening. Check out this opening.
I'm going to dive into your opening.
Hello and welcome to the Negaverse episode number 2 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Jeff, and this kooky bitch on the other side of my webcam is Rissy.
What up?
Make up one half of a nerdcore comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington. You might have heard of us. Whose main goal is to celebrate Dork Pride and to make
Dork Pride, come on.
So let's get dangerous. Also, as a kindly reminder, the two of us have no filter, so hide your kids,
hide your wife,
but definitely hide your husbands.
Hide your wife.
All right, bitch, what's been going on with you?
Oh my God, so much stuff. So right before sitting down for this, I was trying on all sorts of fancy outfits because I'm going to Worldcon. For those of you who don't know, it's the World Science Fiction Convention. It's in my hometown, Kansas City, this year, and my evil alternate universe clone, Luna Teague, will be going there with her co-author, Ivory Kirk, to sell copies of the erotic time travel comedy novel Time Bangers. As part of attending Worldcon, the thing about Worldcon is that it's, you know, the World Science Fiction Convention, so it moves around every year, so it goes to different places. Like, I think it's going to be in fucking Finland or some shit next year. Reindeer for all! But this year it's in Kansas City, so it has a name. It has like the Worldcon name, and then it has the name of the place that it's in. So the version in Kansas City is Mid-Americon. So it is Worldcon, but it is also Mid-Americon. Some kind of Holy Trinity, Nicene Creed shit. I don't know.
Mid-Americon.
Mid-Americon. Good, solid, corn-fed Midwestern name.
The wrath of Mid-America.
I hope it's not wrathful. But, so memberships include attendance for the Hugos. The Oscars, as it were, of science fiction and speculative fiction, fantasy, all that sort of thing. So I intend to dress up as a complete crazy person to go. And if anybody out in Kansas City has a pair of black opera-length gloves, I would love to borrow them from you.
I don't even want to know. I
want to put them on my dicks. Both of my dicks I'm going to equip with the black opera-length gloves. I have two dicks God. With, no, wait, those are my hands! All this time!
All this time, you've been saying, shake my dick.
I've been rubbing my dicks on everything, and it turns out they're just hands. I'm so disappointed.
Had I known that was a spot of confusion, I would have tried to help, Rissy.
Well, I mean, nobody
I just thought you were eclectic, and when you constantly wanted me to shake your dicks.
Grind my hands on things.
Right.
And talk about my dicks.
Yeah.
All of my dicks. So that's not the most exciting part, though, of the Hugos and why I'm picking out fancy dresses. One thing at the World Science Fiction Convention they do is, so there's the Hugos, but they also have what are called the Retro-Hugo Awards, which are awarded for years before the Hugos properly existed, so that they can recognize science fiction and fantasy authors from back in the day, This year's 1941, and guess who has two big thumbs up and is a co-host?
Would those be thumbs up or dicks up?
Two big dicks up.
Two big dicks up.
Two big dicks up for the Retro-Hugos. Everybody put your dicks up. Or put them out for Harambe.
Oh, dicks out for Harambe.
So I get to co-host the Retro-Hugos. It is super exciting. I feel incredibly lucky. And it's going to be a blast. There's going to be like a big band there and a swing dance. Yeah.
Will it be the big bad voodoo daddy?
Alas, no. I don't think they. Yeah.
Boo.
Boo. Or the Squirrel Nut Zippers, who I saw in concert when I was a senior in high school.
Lucky you. I always wanted to see the Zips.
They were great. They were absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I bet.
I saw them at the Grenasty in Lawrence, or the Granada.
I've only been to the Bottleneck in Lawrence.
The Bottleneck is a great venue. I saw the what is the name of the hot kind of goth girls that are sort of strippers? Suicide girls, I think.
Yeah?
They used to do like burlesque shows.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw them perform at the Bottleneck. It was, and an amazing a rock band called Whole Wheat Bread. I think they're actually still a thing. People should check them out.
I saw Real Big Fish.
Oh my God, I am toast jelly. Oh wow, did they perform their cover of a-ha's Take on Me?
You're damn right they did.
Of course. Oh,
this was 1998, and it was amazing.
Sweet Jesus! I bet. Oh my, truly a simpler time.
Oh, a simpler but better time.
So yeah, speaking of vintage things,
no,
that is more than 15 years old. It makes it vintage, Jeff.
Shut up, Rissy,
late 90s are vintage now. Oh baby, it's vintage, baby. So So I get to co-host the Retro-Hugos there's a band, and it's going to be like a really long ceremony. So hopefully I don't fall over in my heels. But yeah, I have no idea if there's going to be a broadcast. I doubt it, but or a webcast or anything like that. But I'll be updating my Twitter and that sort of thing as news becomes available. So yeah. I'm super stoked. Hopefully I will get to meet a lot of awesome authors. I know George R. R. Martin is going to be there. Maybe I can do with him like I did with Bob Salvatore and accuse him of being a chronic masturbator.
I think you should. I think you should tell him again that he has palms that match his beard.
Yep, yeah. Like, ooh, George, carping the drapes. Mm.
Yeah. And then he'll kill you.
Right.
He'll just write you off your own existence. Because
I can outrun that motherfucker.
You can't outrun his quill, Rissy.
That's true. Actually, I would consider it an honor if George R. R. Martin wrote me into a book specifically to murder me for calling him a chronic masturbator. George R. R. Martin, if you're listening, I assume that you beat your dick like it owes you money. Like, every night you're just punishing that sumbitch. And I want you to kill me.
Quotes.
I want you to kill me for it. Just yanking it. Jacking that hog till it raise a blister.
You're so dead.
I know, right?
He's gonna make you a fan favorite and then kill you so hard. So hard.
I want to be the spunky or spunk cover actress in the troupe that Arya's with. That would be fun.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like I'm the wisecracking, liberated actress woman type in Bravos, and then could be murdered by dicks. Punished by dicks. Yeah, that's what I said about George R. R. Martin, that he's always punishing his dick.
Shame.
Shame upon the sinner.
With their dicks. All that dick punishing.
So much dick punishing, and karma dictates that it will all fall back on me. Just dicks.
So hot. Well, congratulations on your upcoming hostage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Thursday nights from 8 to 11 are the Retro-Hugos.
Do you have a date attached to that? Like what Thursday?
This Thursday.
Oh, it's this Thursday.
Yeah, like tomorrow night I'm leaving for the the Worldcon starts on Wednesday and runs through Sunday. It's a long motherfucking con. It's actually the longest one I'll ever have done. Yeah. So lots of time to seek out George R. R. Martin and ask him why is he churning so much hog? Like.
Yeah. He could punish me just by writing Oberyn back in and then killing him again.
And then killing him off. Oh, we brought Oberyn back just like we did Gregor. Now they're undead buddies. Only then, like, Oberyn gets set on fire or whatever.
Yep.
Although,
undead cop drama.
Oh, I was going to say, wouldn't you totally watch that buddy cop movie? Undead Oberyn, Undead Gregor Clegane are buddy cops solving groovy mysteries. It would be so good. So good.
The Mountain's just the perpetual straight man.
Right? Oh, yeah, and Oberyn is the feisty, undead Latin lover.
Oh, God. Still trying to get plenty, but, he's got dick problems.
And things are just falling off left and right. Like, oh, wow. Children are always running screaming from them. Like, they can never solve any crimes because the town just clears out. Like, oh, it would be so good. I would watch that in a fucking heartbeat.
I think I'm going to write my first fanfic.
Oh, not like anybody out there believes it's your first fanfic.
I've never written fanfic, thank you. I never have.
Really? Never? Not even some Star Wars stuff?
No, I was never much of a writer. My version of fanfic when I was a kid was I would create very elaborate video games based on the properties that I liked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or like role-playing games based on the properties that I liked.
Well, and I mean, in a way, like if you're using someone else's setting, like if you're using Forgotten Realms, you're basically writing fan fiction.
It's true. So yeah, that is also very true. And I always gamed in Forgotten Realms. FG. OG FG. None of this new shit where they got rid of magic.
Forgotten Realms, where they have a god of chess and the transformation of art, but no sun god. Huzzah!
They have a sun god.
No, they don't. They killed him.
They did kill him, but
they have Amanador, but he's been dead for fucking ever. And don't tell me Lathander is the god of the sun. He's the god of the dawn. They're very specific. He's not the god of the sun, and I'll fight anyone who wants to challenge me on that.
You are correct in that.
Yeah, so they don't, like, what I love is the descriptions of how, like, when one god dies, all the other gods are, like, fucking slap fighting each other over that god's portfolio. Like, when Moander, the god of rot, died, everyone's like, oh, me, I want that, I want the rot portfolio! But, like, the sun god dies, everyone's like...
Yeah, it's just a lot of work.
Source of life on the planet. I don't care. Over it.
Yeah, it's so much work. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. I want to be the god of rot. Jeez. Or Finder Wyvernspur.
Hey, don't hate on Finder.
I'm not hating on Finder per se, just his ludicrous portfolio. I mean, where did anyone come? Not god of art, god of the transformation of art.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finder.
I always like Garl Glitter Gold. Was always one of my
gnome god.
Gnome god.
Gnome god.
My man coin. Yes. Man, I've been playing some D&D lately.
Go on.
Yes. A colleague of mine wanted to start his first game. He never DM'd or played.
Oh
so
my god.
Wanted to, like, jump in.
So he's DMing?
He's DMing.
Oh my god, wow. That is
he's doing 5th ed, and I've been brought on as like I'm one step below an NPC and one step above a PC. Like, I'm helping, I'm guiding, I'm leading the party because it's a bunch of people who've never played.
Oh, Jesus, all noobs?
Yeah, it's all noobs.
Your sacrifice is, wow, Jeff, thank you. Like,
I'm trying to get people to loving Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah,
that's great. You're really serving the community.
I know, right?
So what are you playing? What's your character class?
I'm a fucking human rogue. Human rogues for days.
Human rogues for days.
Human rogues for days.
That could actually also be another title for the episode.
It's true. It's true. We're just cranking them out.
We're just churning them right out like George R. R. Martin is churning his hog.
That's right. Hog churning.
Hog churning George R. R. Martin.
Churning titles and hogs with Rissy and Jeff.
He's going to murder us both.
The shit writes itself, kids. Shit writes itself.
But don't write in shit itself. Then they put you in a padded room.
That is not a proper medium.
No.
Do not write.
Unless you're Blythe and you're doing it for an Xbox. But we'll touch on that later.
We'll go on to that in some of her news. The things that she will do with and for poop.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're playing a human rogue. What's the rest of the party like?
The rest of the party is short. There's a dwarven paladin.
Ooh.
Yes, and a halfling. What is he? A halfling cleric, I guess.
Interesting.
So it's kind of neat when I pull out the short bow and I don't have to worry about hitting anyone in the back because I shoot at head level.
That's awesome.
The DM keeps starting. It'll be like, I don't know that you have line of sight. And I said, height difference. Oh yeah, you have line of sight.
With a gnome and a halfling, or
like a gnome and a dwarf is just shooting right over their heads.
Pew, 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 pew.
I will say that 5th ed, they've streamlined combat very, very well.
They have.
5 will always be my jam. I will always have a spot in my heart for 2nd ed.
Oh, 2nd ed.
They've brought back a lot of 2nd ed ideals into combat.
That's why I like 5th ed. It feels like 2nd ed. It has some of that weird kind of, I don't know, hard to explain whimsy. Right. I guess is a word for it. I don't know if it's the right word exactly, but yeah, it has that 2nd ed ambiance.
Well, it also has, 3.5 got to be, especially after 3, it just got to be so structured.
Yeah.
Where everything was based on miniatures and always knowing exactly how many steps you were. It became a strategy game.
Right.
And 2nd ed never really was that. It would always, it lived in a world where people no longer used miniatures all the time. And you would just think, hey, can I make it to that orc in the next turn? And you'd ask the DM and the DM would say yay or nay. And there's a lot more of that coming back into 5th ed, which I like. Like backstabbing with a rogue. All you have to do is be, the person has to be fighting another person. It doesn't have to be exactly across or diagonal or figuring out the exact positioning. It's just, they're busy, so I'm going to stab him when he's not looking.
Okay.
Just like that. Wow.
Just like that. You could have totally backstabbed me with my sneezes.
I could have. There's a little bit of structure I miss. Like I miss all of the attacks of opportunity and things like that.
You can still get some, I think. Like
you still can. It's just not as defined.
Right.
You know, it's like if you do this, attack of opportunity. If you do that, attack of opportunity. Yeah, but I have to give it to it. 5th Ed is very solid.
It's solid. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it more than I liked 3 or 3.5. The only thing that I miss, that I will always miss about 3rd edition, was the 3.0, not 3.5 when they fixed it, but the ludicrous abuses of magic, of haste and quicken spell. Oh my god, you could just be a sorcerer and fucking flinging 3 meteor swarms around at a high enough level. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that was.
It was so great. I miss those days, but I'm not a GM in my heart of hearts. I'm a player. Not I think in some ways it's like an orientation.
I think so.
There's a spectrum, and you may fall towards one end of the spectrum or the other, but I think most people are either players or they're GMs.
I tend to fall in the spectrum of not quite full GM. I love to come up with things, but
so you're a 5 on the GM Kinsey scale?
If it was a GM Kinsey scale of 1 to 10, I would fall at.
The Kinsey scale is a 6.
Is it a? Oh, okay. It's, okay, 6. That's right. Yes, a 5 would be a good rating for me. Yes.
I will GM if I have to, but that's only if I have to.
Yeah, the best.
So like if no one else is willing, I will switch hit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I prefer to play.
I enjoyed one game that I played where I wrote all of the specifics, all of the people you might meet, all of the menus at inns to really flesh out the world, and then I would basically hand what amounted to 70% of the world to the DM and let him play within it. Because he wasn't great at doing all the little things and making it feel like a fleshed out world, and I didn't want to do all of the week-to-week storytelling because I wanted to play a character. So it was a nice balance.
Yeah, so you kind of created the setting.
Right.
In effect.
Right. Yeah. He had the skeleton, I gave it all of its, sinews and fleshy parts. And then I played with the skeleton. Once so
you turned its hog.
I gave it a dick, and I churned its hog.
You churned its hog. You punished its dick.
It was a fine-looking hog.
To be churned.
Yes. But yeah, that was a fun game. And I like 3.5 because of all of the extra things, all of the added rule sets and things like that, because it was so customizable. That's what I liked about 3.5.
It was, but it also had those fucking great swords that were full of mercury. Those 3.5 got way into the Munchkin zone, like hard fucking core. Because you could have a mercurial greatsword and just take the monkey grip feat, and you could use like one in each hand, and yeah.
It made you feel like a hero.
Yeah, back in 3rd Ed days, we had to rely on spiked chains and playing a winged elf to get that kind of feeling.
Spiked chains.
Spiked chains, yo.
Jesus
when you
Christ.
absolutely have to munchkin every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes.
Spiked chains for days. That's another title to this thing.
Yeah,
but
spiked chains.
No one would know what the fuck we were talking about.
People would know. People know about spiked chains. They wouldn't think it was some kind of weird BDSM thing, or would they?
Would they though?
They might. And we can't have that. Because
Yeah.
Then knowing that my alternate universe clone writes erotica, they might assume it was some kind of 50 Shades of crap thing, and that I cannot abide.
Exactly.
Fuck those books. Fuck them.
You gotta watch it. You gotta toe the line. You gotta toe the line. That is the Michael Bay of your industry.
No, Michael Bay is genuinely intelligent.
Well,
is the thing. Michael Bay is like a dark mirror. He holds himself up to us and shows us what the mob wants.
See,
but he's fully cognizant of what he's doing.
Yeah, I would compare it to like an Uwe Boll, but his movies don't make a lot of money. I needed to find something that was a blockbuster level, but had zero actual worth.
Yeah, that's...
Like Avatar.
Ooh, yeah. But Avatar, though, was a great use of technology. Well, actually, okay, 50 Shades made great use of the Kindle format.
There you go.
So, all right, so 50 Shades is the Avatar of movies.
Avatar of books.
Yeah, Avatar of books is 50 Shades.
It's 50 Shades. Wow.
Yep.
It's so true.
It writes itself.
It does.
As horrible Twilight fan fiction. Oh, and it's perfect, actually, because 50 Shades was Twilight fan fiction originally, and Avatar is basically Pocahontas fan fiction. Boom! Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom!
What?
Inception noise!
How can we hate each other this much and always make gold? How?
This is I don't know, man. But fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you in your hog churning mouth.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to be an author. That's all. Weird. Okay, so on to other things that aren't D&D that I've done. So I finally listened to Hamilton.
And?
I have not stopped listening to Hamilton since Friday.
There we go. That's now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, that's
the other half is Alexander Hamilton.
It's so good.
Just wait. Just you wait.
Just you wait. Oh God, I want to be the King of England.
John Adams.
I got to add that to the roles I someday would love to play.
As the King of England and Hamilton.
King of England and Hamilton. Although I was immediately refuted and said, "No, you're Hercules Mulligan, motherfucker." And
yeah.
I said, God damn it! God damn it! I want to be the king.
I feel a special kinship with Alexander Hamilton because I played him in our high school's mock Continental Congress.
Oh, dip!
I wore a cravat, motherfuckers.
All I can say to you, Rissy, is talk less, smile more. You should really get into the Hamilton. Yeah, you should really just dig into that character and live it every day. Method act that, Rissy.
And cravats for days. And a sex scandal. Ain't never gonna be president now.
Ain't never gonna be president now.
But yeah, I not only did I wear a cravat, so the thing is we had to give a speech to the Continental Congress on a topic that was near and dear to the hearts of our character, and so mine was wanting an elected king, because Hamilton was like, people are idiots, and if you let them replace the president every 4 years,
yep,
they're just going to put stupid people in there. It's going to happen all the fucking time, so just elect a king.
Yep.
That was kind of one of Hamilton's things. And so it was actually my first experience with, you know how like pro wrestlers learn that like when you're the heel, when people are booing you, that's like cheers. That's how you have to do it. Because most people want to be liked, so it's really hard to play the villain. And so I knew that I was going to be giving an unpopular speech, and it was the job of my fellow delegates, my Dello-felegates.
Your Dello-felegates.
To not like what I was saying, to boo and hiss at me, and also the teacher taught us that like back then they applauded like this. You don't know.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. Hey, Rissy, continue applauding.
Yes, I applaud on my magnificent cans. So I just had to adjust in my mind. I'm like, no, this means I'm doing my job, that I'm performing the character well. If I'm not getting applause, if people are going, and that was like the very first time I had that awesome kind of like, now I'm kind of the villain sort of feeling. Like,
yep.
You got that as sexual butterscotch. I got it as Alexander Hamilton.
There you go. There you go. I also got it in the Ren Fair. I got that a lot in the Ren Fair.
Me too. It's a really important skill to have to play the bad guy and enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, to actually relish in the boos and the hisses and know that, and not take it personally, because it's so easy to just think that people don't like you.
Yeah, but it's when you're in the character, you want them not to like you. That's the point. That means you're doing a good job. You don't want it to be an ineffective villain. Means people are kind of lukewarm towards you, which means the story is going to suck. And I am a big believer in a story only being as good as its villain, which is why Wrath of Khan will always be the best Star Trek movie.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Like, I mean, Star Trek 4 is a lot of fun, but the villain is a space thing that makes whale noises.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't exactly compete in that department.
Nope.
Still a great movie. Not as good as Wrath of Khan.
We can agree on that much. It is all about the villains.
Yea, verily.
Yea, verily.
And shit.
Which, it's so fun listening to Hamilton and not having a true villain.
Right? Since Burr is so conflicted and weird.
Right. Burr is, you go into it just expecting him to be. And then it's one of those, oh, damn. I done caught the feels for the bad guy.
Burr.
Yeah.
His is an extremely interesting life story. Because there was that time when he, sort of ran off and was accused of high treason and trying to start his own country.
Yep.
south of the border. And then after that, he just kind of retired to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
He just kind of lived out his days. And I just wonder, like, did people just stop by his house and be like, hello, are you that guy that shot Alexander Hamilton? That's the other thing. He killed a motherfucker in a duel and never went to jail because dueling was illegal by that point. Because
dueling was legal. Yeah.
No, it was illegal by that point.
I guess that's true. It was absolutely illegal. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, how many, like, so, killed a man in a duel, at least one, accused of high treason, just retires.
See, Rissy, you need to smile more.
I guess so.
Yeah, you just don't smile enough and you talk way too much.
Does that mean you see yourself as Burr and me as Alexander Hamilton?
Maybe. Do I get to shoot you?
Yes.
Then I will accept this role.
Excellent! Now, which one of Blythe and Amanda is Thomas Jefferson? Because we have to have rap battles.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's my favorite part about Hamilton. when Amanda was making me listen to it, I was like, do they have rap battles? Because if it's playing out like actual history, then Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton would have rap battles. And they'd be like, shut up, it's about to happen! Like, I'm like, wait, do they have all this thing and that thing? And she'd be like, shut up, Rissy! It's like...
Just shut up and enjoy the damn show!
Yeah.
It's going to happen! There's a reason it's popular! Dumbass! So, we invented a game, and we should tell people more about the game we invented. We not Jeff, or not Rissy with a side of Jeff, or a small hors d'oeuvre of Jeff.
An hors d'oeuvre of Jeff. I think we call that your dick.
Well, it's
the hors d'oeuvre of Jeff.
The main course. And the rest of me is fluff. It's just worthless, sad desserts.
Even the balls?
Yes, the balls are no. They're like I'm like a Twinkie with one real hearty dick.
I don't think most Twinkies have hearty dicks.
Well, I'm a Twinkie with a hearty dick, but the rest of the Twinkie is useless. It's a Twinkie. It'll last forever, and you'll wish it didn't. But it's the dick. That's
fattening cream filling.
For. Yeah, exactly. I'm bad for you. I'm bad for everybody. But I'll outlast the nation.
You'll outlive us all.
Oh yes, exactly. So genre Jenga, we created
genre Jenga,
and it is something that I think that we should play all over the place. Anytime we go to a new convention, it is something that we need to bring out of the hat.
Yes.
And play because it's fun as hell.
It is fun as hell. Oh my god, we can fuck with each other. And provide an amazing show. And so I think one of the things we should talk about is why we didn't pick another improv game. Because there's a million other improv games out there, like Questions or Question Tennis, as some assholes call it, or Alphabet, or basically any improv game where the audience dictates kind of what scene you're going to be in. So Questions, like the point is you have to conduct a scene and everything must be asked only in questions. Alphabet, same thing, only instead of asking each other questions, each line that you say has to begin with a succeeding letter of the alphabet.
Right.
That sort of stuff. So it's fast-paced and it's fun. They're great improv games. I'm not trying to shit on them, except I totally am, because they're nothing compared to the awesomeness that is genre Jenga.
They're really not, and I've played them all.
Yeah, as have I. I've been around when it comes to improv games.
Yeah.
Improv games and Admiral Thrawn, I've been around.
You've had them inside you for a long time.
A long time.
Improv games and Admiral Thrawn.
And Admiral Thrawn.
You just crawled up in there and made a nest.
I would let him, too.
I know you would.
Just lay eggs? Sure, why not? We don't know if they give birth to live young. It was never discussed. We know they have females, but that doesn't change anything.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Speaking of eggs, Rissy.
Yes?
Stranger Things.
No, we can't. We have to finish talking about genre Jenga, though.
Fine, okay. I was segueing too early. Genre Jenga, go.
So, the idea is that usually you have two people, but we could do it with more. One of them acts as kind of a ringmaster and tormentor of the other person who is the one acting out the scene. And you start by giving them a character. Like in my experience, it was Yoda. And then, so they're supposed to be like carrying out a scene. And then after a short period of time, you take suggestions from the audience and you give them an accent that they have to be doing this character in. So it was French Yoda.
And then you add yet another layer onto that. So maybe what kind of style of movie or book or whatever is this in? And you just kind of build on that. You add genres, and eventually you add other characters, and then other characters with other accents, and things that they're doing, like they're solving a murder mystery, as in what happened to Jeff and I, or rather what happened to me because Jeff was a motherfucker. And basically you just keep adding on different interpretations for the character and for the scene that the multiple characters are doing until the tower crumbles, until the person can no longer maintain it and it collapses under its own weight of awesomeness. And it is so much fun because it makes you think on your feet. It allows you to draw like from pop culture references, which is always fun. But it also requires like a lot of thought, a lot of very rapid thought, and it kind of like an excellent example of creative synthesis, like having to unite all these disparate elements and make something new out of them. It definitely is boundary pushing as a performer and just so much fun. And then, of course, getting to be the ringmaster, you get to be a total asshole to your friends. So that's great.
You get to be an asshole to your friends. You get to work a crowd.
Yes.
So even the ringmaster is still having fun. So it's really the best of all worlds.
It's an absolute blessing. You know what's going to be even better, Jeff? When we make Blythe and Amanda do it.
Oh, they are doing it.
Oh, they're totally doing it. They are doing it like some of the things we're going to say that Blythe will do for an Xbox.
Yes. Oh my God! If they're
so doing it,
they are in for a rude awakening.
It's going to be amazing. It's so happening.
Oh my God!
If you guys are watching, just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Just sit back and enjoy it. Trust me. Trust me.
It was easily one of the best experiences of the whole con.
And it was so last minute. Like we thought about it right before we went to actually go do something.
Yeah, it literally happened like, boom, there it is. Yeah. I was like hungry and tired and cranky. I was so cranky. You
were twatty. And
I
was just trying to fix the situation, and I thought, oh, okay, let's make Rissy do a bunch of dumb shit. And oh wait, this crowd really likes throwing dumb shit at Rissy. Let's just make her keep doing dumb shit.
And then it was so between the two of us, we managed to sculpt the bestest game ever. But yeah, I was having just a horrible energy crash. And
it was the end of the day.
It was the end of the day. I hadn't had enough to eat. And I was just super fucking out of it. And then, but having that to focus on, I think the strength of the game is that it gives you very defined focus. That is something that improv games will always suck if you don't have something like, for the performers to kind of hone in on and say, oh, this is what I'm doing. Now I can go off the rails with it. But if you don't have a rail, you can't go off of the rails, so to speak.
Right.
And genre Jenga gives you so many rails, you just get railed by genre Jenga.
You get
and the Damsels of Dorkington. You get so railed.
Railed
all night. Getting railed.
And you'll like it. Hell, you'll love it.
You will.
You'll wish there was more.
All night. Mm-hmm.
Like a Lionel Richie song. Motherfucker.
All night long, all night long. So now we can talk about Stranger Things. Yeah.
Actually, I want to talk about the Rogue One trailer first.
Oh my fucking Christ! Oh my God. So great. So great.
Oh God. Okay.
And Forrest Whitaker's eye is so awesome. I love that thing.
I am not one to get excited about Star Wars things. I'm just not. I've been burned. I got in, and then I got burned.
I know.
It's just one of those things. People have heard the stories many times of why I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy. I still love and respect it, and it holds a special place in my heart, but I just don't get excited for things within that world anymore.
I thought I was over getting excited for things. But like a romantic comedy, like I'd been burned before, and then it came back and just totally won me over, and I started remembering like, oh, I remember what this feels like. Oh, I love this so much. I'd forgotten. Thanks to those fucking prequels.
Yes.
I just completely lost my capacity for love of Star Wars, or so I thought.
Yeah.
And then Episode 7 came along and just went.
And it was kind of that. It was kind of that for me. That little maybe
it's not too late to love.
Maybe I could.
I could love again.
Learn again, and I could learn to love again. Maybe. And then that Rogue One trailer came out, and I was like, damn!
Oh my God!
I want to buy it breakfast tomorrow morning. Damn!
Oh, you love that trailer, Jeff. My God.
It harkened back to everything that made my childhood that nothing since has been able to do.
I love the ragtag band of misfits kind of feel. Like,
yes, and just the aesthetic, the fact that it all looked and felt like the original trilogy. And
which is to say kind of more gritty.
Right,
like,
which was
dirty.
I was a lover of Empire. Empire was and always will be my favorite.
I think if it's not anyone's favorite, they're a weirdo. And
I tell people that if you truly want the best story that you can out of Star Wars, you take one half of A New Hope, all of Empire, and one half of Return of the Jedi, and you have a perfect film.
Yeah, but Empire is on its own is easily the best of anything, and anybody who disagrees with that is this lizard person, is like a David Icke kind of thing.
Anybody who disagrees with that needs to understand the concept of being wrong and make peace with it.
Yes. For a second, I thought you were about to say, maybe they just have a different form of appreciation of story.
No, this is a no push, no go subject.
Yeah.
Empire.
And why? Because the bad guys win.
Yes, because it's realistic. And they don't eke out a victory.
No, they just smash the fuck out of everything.
From the beginning. This is what a rebellion really looks like against a large force that's already established. It isn't pretty for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. People's hands are getting chopped off. Just shit's just going wrong left and right. Your friends betray you, and oh man, you're just so fucked.
Yeah, it's like if we were to teach the American Revolution in its entirety. It's like, no, you've got like 4 battles that went really well.
I like to think that nowadays in classes, the teachers are going to start like dressing up and performing songs from Hamilton when they're teaching the Revolutionary War to kids. I hope.
Only hope that it is a mixture of Hamilton and drunk history. And
yes, absolutely. So I was actually lucky enough in high school. So the reason we had a mock Continental Congress in high school is because of the history teacher who used to, no matter which history class, so if it was American history or world history or European history, which was the AP class, he would come to class dressed up in character. So in world history, he was a messenger from Alexander the Great. In American history, oh my God, he showed up as an anti-federalist. He called us all a fine den of vipers, and this was immediately after the mock Continental Congress. He was like, "A fine den of vipers we have here," and basically told us how we're all evil because we're federalists. And then in the second half of American history, during the Civil War part, he showed up in 2 characters on the same day as a southern plantation owner and then a northern factory owner, and like discussing the whole slavery thing. Oh my God, he was amazing. And that's kind of what I hope that kids today will have, only with more singing.
I really don't know, because, I mean, with standardized education these days,
all children left behind.
I think that we might be the last of a dying breed that had true creativity in the classroom.
True awesome fucking education.
It wasn't stymied at any point.
It was magnificent. Yo, Mr. Ortman, or Ort Dog, as your students used to call you, if you are out there still, and I hope you are, you made such a big difference in my life.
Don't ever stop.
Yeah, never stop.
Never stop.
That's, yeah.
Ort Dog.
Ort Dog.
All right. Now I'll segue from one excellent teacher to another excellent teacher in the form of how cool was the science teacher in Stranger Things?
Oh my God, where he's like, I'm in the middle of a date, go away. Oh, you need me to tell you how to build a sensory deprivation tank? Okay. My date with the librarian. Right. Oh man, that was so great. So if you guys, we've mentioned it before, I think, in like our various letters and whatnot to the podcast, and just if you were at Gen Con, maybe you heard us talk about it, but Jeff and I have become obsessed with Stranger Things. It is so goddamn good.
Well, it was a love letter to our specific part of history.
Right.
Our generation, part of our generation. It was a love letter to that.
If you were a kid in the 80s, if you were ever scared as a kid in the 80s, I guess that kind of last moment of having childhood that was unsupervised.
Yes.
From what I hear, you can't really do that anymore with your kids, or they call CPS. You can't really leave your kids unsupervised unless you're in a rural area.
Yeah, it's pretty much the truth.
That really fucking sucks.
Ever seen leaving them unsupervised? I'm glad that no one ever cared when I left my daughter unsupervised as she was growing up.
It's super important for kids to have unsupervised time because that's when they fight demons.
That's when they fight demons and figure out who they are.
Who they are as people. That's how they learn and grow, possibly get trapped in terrifying alternate dimensions and eaten by faceless creatures. But all for the sake of personal growth. That's the important part.
The ones that make it out.
The ones that yes. So yeah, if you like Stephen King, if you like horror at all, or if you like coming of age stories, if you like the kind of demented kid with superpowers angle, if you like good things, then you will like Stranger Things.
That are good.
I've got all things that are good.
As far as Stephen King films go, I likened it the most to like Silver Bullet.
I don't even know if it feels exactly like a Stephen King movie. It feels a lot like his stories, though. Actually, it feels sort of like the Stephen King story, The Body, which eventually was made into the film Stand By Me.
Yes.
It has a lot of that in there.
Yeah.
But if you like movies like The Goonies, if you like... so The Goonies, anything by Spielberg in the 80s...
Yeah. There were some people that, some people I've known are like, I don't want to watch something scary all by myself, that sort of thing. And that's why I likened it to Silver Bullet. It's technically a scary story, but it's not scary. It's got a couple of jump scares.
It's kind of scary though, depending on the episode.
Okay.
Because if you're me,
I'm a bad judge of this, maybe.
Yeah, because if you're Rissy, what you do is you take your Saturday, the last Saturday before Gen Con. Mm-hmm. You're like, you know what? This is the last time I'm gonna have to be a lazy sack of shit, and so I'm gonna order pizza and I'm gonna spend all day watching Stranger Things. And then it's okay that I eat all this pizza because I'm gonna go out and run 9 miles later on. But I'm gonna watch all of Stranger Things, and I'm gonna make sure that since it's hot out, I'm not gonna go running until it's like 8 o'clock at night. And so I'm going to run at 8 o'clock at night down this deserted path through the woods.
Okay, so your particular experience was not the best to do after Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was like, I'm running very fast, there are trees, why did I do this? Because I'm an idiot. I always forget that my imagination is like, it doesn't matter how many times I can say to myself, Rissy, there's no such thing as weird plant-faced demon things. They're not going to be in the trees. You don't have anything to worry about. That does not matter. My brain
what if they are?
Yeah, exactly. That's what my brain's like, no, but they are. They're totally a thing. And I cannot control my goddamn amygdala in those situations. So yeah, that was what I did with Stranger Things. It resonated very strongly with me because I'm an idiot.
Oh man, it's so good, and we won't spoil it for people who haven't watched it, but we will say
that fucking slug.
Yes, watch it, and then when you get to the end, we would love to discuss
the slug.
What the fuck happens at the end of that show?
We would, yeah,
what's
like
going to happen with season 2.
The slugs and the waffles. Like, what do you guys think is up with that shit?
Right.
And you will know once you've seen it all.
And I've gone in and I've watched some YouTube reaction videos. Well, not really reaction videos, but analyzing.
Analysis?
Yes, analysis. Analysis of this phenomenal show. And they've got some great theories out there. And they play out well. So
I'm super stoked.
Watch this fucking show.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, we try not to get, super hyped about things that aren't good. So
right. That's why I get hyped really about Clegane Bowl 2016.
Oh, Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl. I'm going to eat every fucking chicken. Get hyped.
How appropriate will it be when he has to light his brother on fire?
Well, so you think Clegane Bowl is still going to happen?
I think there's always a chance.
So you're still holding out hope that Clegane Bowl is a thing?
I'm hoping.
I love it. I had no idea that you were a closet Clegane Bowl supporter.
I just love to see it's okay. I grew up in the 80s with wrestling, and that's my huge immovable force.
It's immovable object.
Immovable object.
Irresistible force.
My irresistible force immovable object rolls with the Cleganes, and I just give it to me. All
right. So Clegane Bowl 2018.
Yes. Right at the end. That's all I need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just,
it will happen. And it will all be over a chicken.
Yes, every fucking chicken. You cunts.
You cunts. Oh, God. I love the Valentine's memes. A lot of people celebrate Valentine's Day. A lot of cunts.
Cunts.
Love it. All right. Well, we've gone on for a minute, so let's go into segments that are reversed because it's us running this shit show.
Right.
So we can move into things like the news according to Blythe.
Whoa.
On the subject that we were doing Hamilton before, Lin-Manuel Miranda, my Lord and Savior, and yours as well, is going to be appearing on an episode of Drunk History. He got liquored up and told the story of Alexander Hamilton. Duh. So that should be good. And the air date is November 29th on Comedy Central. That's going to be a good one. I can't wait. Let's see. Larry Wilmore's The Nightly Show just got canceled. Blythe says that fucking sucks, and she is right. Fuck all that shit.
Barely.
Let's see. A bunch of trailers came out, but Blythe refuses to watch them. So, go form your own opinions or whatever. There are many trailers out right now. You should watch them. Top among them, Star Wars and Doctor Strange. Those are really good trailers. No Man's Sky either sucks or is awesome, depending on who you ask. Also, PC gamers are still obnoxious shitbags, though that's as a general rule. And sorry, Amanda, for that. See... PC gamers.
I believe you mean the PC Gaming Master Race.
Don't say it. Here's the thing. I don't like calling myself a grammar Nazi because I don't like associating myself with Nazis. Call me crazy.
Or call you a Nazi.
Or don't ever call me a Nazi because I won't raise any of those flags. I don't understand why you would want to call yourself a member of a, quote, PC Master Race, which is a direct link to the Nazi Party.
I don't think people actually do. I think that's something that is used to make fun of them.
No, this is a flag that they wave themselves. If this were what other people called them, it would be one thing.
No.
But they identify willingly and call themselves members of the PC Master Race.
Oh, that's gross. Ew, who does that?
So,
Stop that.
Yes, I agree with Rissy, and fucking write it on a tablet somewhere. So that we've agreed 2 times here. And that's,
I know. It is the Negaverse, Jeff. It's the Negaverse.
Yeah, this is the Negaverse where we have the same ideas and opinions on things. But shit, man, don't just, so gross.
Ew.
PC Master Race people don't identify as it. And don't identify as a grammar Nazi either.
That's grosser than George R. R. Martin's hog post-churning.
Right. For all the things that we try to not remember about history, we don't remember those things about history, and we remember cool shit, like stuff Alexander Hamilton did. Like getting shot. For his principles.
Well, it was a duel.
A duel of principles.
Okay, Jeff, that's great. There's more news.
All right, something that's full VR finally made Blythe semi-interested. Microsoft has announced that the Windows 10 version of Minecraft is now compatible with the Oculus Rift headset. Talk about Negaverse, because now Blythe is talking about Microsoft shit.
Right.
She could get into that. She won't, because seriously, how much do those things cost? They're not that expensive. The computer you need to run them is. But she could if it were a thing. If someone wanted to trade one for poop favors. Wink.
Blythe will totally poop in your mouth for an Oculus Rift.
She will do poop things for an Oculus Rift, and I'm going to do her a solid, an Oculus Rift and a PC that will run it.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting poop and poop favors, which is like propane and propane accessories. For just the Rift headset, because that's
Jeff and I are Blythe's poop sex managers, and she will not be glass bottom boating you unless you can pony up for both of those things.
We are her poop pimps.
Poop pimps.
We're the pimps of poop.
Pimps poop.
Oh, real.
Poop pimpin' ain't easy.
Poop pimpin' ain't easy, but it sure does smell.
Oh my.
One final piece of news. Niantic is banning people for cheating in Pokemon Go. Blythe would love to give a shit, but she switched to an iPhone that's too fucking old to be able to handle the game. Wah, wah. So she'll be flipping tables and bitching about it more thoroughly on Thursday. You'll probably need to tune in for that since she left the Windows ecosystem and joined the Apple world just for this. And well,
now she can't even do it. Yo, is all I have to say.
Unless someone wants to trade a newer phone for, whatever you want, basically.
If it's poop.
Except that. Also, all you pervs, we know what you're thinking. Gross. It's gross. But she might do it for the right phone.
She might have the right phone.
6S Plus.
That was some great news.
That is the news according to Blythe.
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 Blythe. To Blythe. Well, if we've had the news according to Blythe, then that can only mean one thing.
Is it time?
It is time for a letter from Amanda.
Oh, shit.
Getting old sucks, am I right? Especially since I don't particularly feel like I've achieved the proper level of maturity that's supposed to go along with the years. I see people I went to high school with on Facebook showing pictures of their grown-up lives, complete with nuclear family and normal job, while I sit there eating cookies for dinner and sleeping till noon on any day I can get away with it. And I wonder, if I was sick that day in school, where they taught everyone how to adult. But even if my brain never got the memo that it's time to grow up now, my body sure did. Oh, girl, I hear you. I went swimming this past weekend at a friend's place, and there was no one else really around, so I was able to be as silly as I wanted. Which, of course, meant choreographing elaborate synchronized swimming / water ballet routines. Can it really be synchronized swimming if it was just me? Probably not, but you get the idea. I was doing all these spins and jumps and various other things that probably aren't real moves of any kind, because it's not like I have any idea what I'm doing. But it was fun, and no one was around to laugh at my lack of coordination and grace, so who the fuck cares? But then I made the mistake of adding a somersault to the routine, and that's where everything fell apart. One little somersault, and my whole body freaked the fuck out, with my stomach writing worse than it would after an extended night of drinking. You know, when you close your eyes for that first time and the whole world spins and you realize just how drunk you are? It was way worse than that. I had to go grab onto the side of the pool to wait for everything to settle back down. Something similar happened a few years ago when I rode a roller coaster for the first time in well over a decade. As a kid / teenager, I loved shit like that. Now I feel like my body is punishing me for not being as grounded as I probably should be. Or maybe it's just my stomach that hates me. I had to have an endoscopy recently because my doctor thought I might have an ulcer. So they wanted to shove a camera down my throat to see how much damage I'd done to all my parts. Not only that, but they took a biopsy from my stomach to look for H. pylori. The doctor also informed me, after I'd woken up, they took another biopsy from my small intestine because they saw potential signs of celiac disease. This was potentially troubling because my love of bread and bread-like substances is nearly on par with my love of elephants. And yes, there are certainly many wonderful gluten-free options out there these days, but they're expensive, and I am cheap. But how could I have celiac disease if I eat bread all the time, I wondered? Surely I would have noticed the explosive diarrhea at some point, right? Turns out that's not a symptom everyone has, and many of the other possible symptoms are things I do suffer from, so I was a little anxious waiting on those results. Luckily, everything came back okay, and I was just given the counsel to maybe try to be a little healthier in my eating habits, staying away from super spicy stuff and high doses of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory things, NSAIDs, and whatnot, which I will totally try to do. I was just glad that there was no celiac disease to get in the way of my planned dinner tonight of cookies and beer. Now, if I could just have that dinner while also playing with a fuzzy baby elephant, I would be the happiest non-grown-up grown-up in the world. And that was your letter from Amanda.
Oh.
No, I know. Amanda, I'm sorry your guts are beat up.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Mine don't work so well these days either, but I do have the explosive diarrhea thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, I get black smeary poops all the time. It's horrible.
I'm reasonably poop regular. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I poop regularly.
Well, I mean, like, my poop is regular. Like, it's regular looking poop.
No, mine is very abnormal, horrifying poop. Yeah, you know, whatever.
I eat way too clean to ever expect that my poop would be anything other than streamlined.
So, I mean, do you have the nice kind of torpedo-shaped stools? Like
often, yes.
Yeah, that's good. It should be fluffy but solid, torpedo-shaped. This is doctor. I can tell you this for sure with my doctor degree. That I
with your doctor degree.
With my doctor degree.
I stay hydrated, which is one of the largest points to a good hearty poop.
Yeah, but you can get too hydrated, though, and that's when diarrhea happens, is when you have loose, watery stools.
Right, but I'm a big guy. It takes a lot of water to get me overhydrated.
Well, and usually it's because something is happening in your large intestine that the water is not properly being removed from the stools, which is why they come out all watery and loose.
Right.
So it's not, I mean, I assume, like, if you overhydrated, like way overhydrated, then yeah, you could do it that way, but usually there's something else going wrong.
Yeah. Check your stool, people.
Yes, seriously.
If you check your stool and you check your pee, you're going to know a lot of issues before you would learn them the hard way.
Because it's just too black and smeary. Because it's just too black and smeary. Because it's just too black and smeary.
That's right. Your poop or your pee should be clear.
Or as close to clear as possible. Depending on if you take vitamin supplements, it's never going to be clear. Yeah, it might be vaguely greenish.
Yeah, we'll have a vague color, but it should never be dark.
It should not be like drinking an amber ale.
Right.
And don't drink it no matter what. Don't drink your own pee. Don't do that. Don't. Unless you can filter it like Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
I know. He had them gills, though.
Talk about all the promise and none of the payoff.
Yeah, that was that was like one long hog churn with no relief.
And nobody died that we cared about.
Right?
So we.
Jeff.
What?
Okay, so hog churning and what? Nobody died that we care about. What terrible book did you have to read as a 7th grader that we can make a parody of? A day no hogs were churned.
Oh no.
I hated that fucking book, A Day No Pigs Would Die. I hated the shit out of it.
No.
So now it's A Day No Hogs Were Churned.
No hogs were churned in the making of this comedy. Well, maybe one, but it wasn't a real bad churning.
No.
The hog liked it.
It was not punished.
So we need to show off our V-necks before we close up shop because
our sexy V-necks.
They have been talked about.
And they have the Damsel logo. Woo! Damsels of Dorkington.
Mine is very V-necky. It's a nice V. It's not too deep. It's not weird for a guy, but it's a good look.
I think it's modest but becoming.
Exactly. I'd be coming on this V-neck if I saw it in public too.
You'd just be churning your hog all over it.
All over it.
So does that mean if we ever sell another V-neck to a guy that you'll just immediately just skeet all over their shirt in public?
Oh, yes. The moment that it's purchased, I will skeet all over that shit.
Remember this, guys. Next Gen Con, come to the booth so that Jeff can come on your booth, so to speak.
I'm ready to come on all booths. All booths. All booths are getting cummed on.
Those are like boobs only for men. Is the masculine boob is the booth.
The booth.
Booth.
Rissy, you're fucking dumb.
Yes, I am.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we're going to start wrapping up shop. So
wrap it up, everyone. Remember, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Please wrap it up. Just if you're not going to wrap it up, then take precautions.
Get tested.
Well, I was talking about against babies. But yeah, STDs are bad too.
You can get tested against babies.
Well, yes. You should probably be tested against babies as often as possible.
Yes, please do.
You don't want any babies sneaking in.
That's right. That's how we get ants and babies.
That is how you get baby ants, Lana.
Baby ants, yep. You'll have a whole colony and fucking hives of those things just nesting in your house, and the government looks askance at you if you poison them. So.
Oh, do they ever? God.
I know, right? Oh my
God. It was worse than an insurance or IRS audit ever. God, they get so far up into your shit, you'd think.
Right? They're crawling all over the place. You got to put out traps with peanut butter, and they love that.
Government agents love peanut butter traps.
And babies.
Scoops. Babies and peanut butter traps.
Yep.
Yet another title that we could do.
Babies and peanut butter traps.
Babies and peanut butter traps.
Babies and peanut butter traps.
All right, kids. That's going to do it for episode 2 of the Negaverse.
The Negaverse.
The DP Negaverse.
DP.
The real, faux real.
Faux real.
You have things you need to say, dummy.
That's right. If you didn't watch all of the podcast live, you can catch the undead full video version on YouTube and enjoy all of our visual gags.
Which is me laughing. I swam in the place, so I've got this terrible skin going on here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did my mile and then came and I came and then I came in here.
Hey-oh! You know, I've got something for your skin, Jeff.
I don't want your snail mucus.
It's snail mucus, you guys.
Lotion.
Okay, you guys, at Gen Con, I brought all this snail mucus, and Blythe and Amanda and Jeff would not let me put it on them. So what I want you to do is write in and demand that I be allowed to put this amazing Korean snail mucus. This is 96% snail mucus, you guys. It's so good for your skin. Here, watch. Look, it's just like regular mucus. Look at how like mucusy it is. And it feels so nice. You just rub it all over yourself.
I think you just got anyone watching to not give a single shit about your tits anymore.
Well because they're all covered in snail mucus?
Because they're covered in snail mucus.
It's wonderful snail. This shit is so good. Have you ever seen a snail with wrinkles?
I've never seen a snail with boobs.
Well, now you have, Bert Snail.
Oh, God.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could take off this human suit and be a giant snail. It would be the best. I've wanted to do that my whole life.
I hate you so much.
But seriously, guys, write in and demand that I be able to put snail mucus on my fellow damsels. You know you want to see that shit.
Gross.
Awesome.
Rissy talked about the visual side of the podcast. If you want the audio version, it's now on iTunes. Well, not now, but it will be on iTunes. So subscribe.
In the future.
Well, subscribe now. Don't just subscribe in the future. Subscribe right fucking now.
Now.
And then the episode will be in the future. So
in the future.
Rate and review us in the future when it comes out. Or watch former episodes and rate and review those. Because, you know, that's pretty badass, right? You know, whenever you feel compelled to do it, future or here or now or then, or just do it now. Just go rate us on iTunes because it helps a lot.
You can find me on Twitter at the Red Raptor.
You can find me on Twitter at Yenzer, Yenzer. And the group is at Dorkington.
You can also support our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where besides becoming one of our favorite people, you can also get access to rewards only available through our Patreon campaign, early, exclusive, or even free access to new merch we're working on. And one thing that we actually talked about is if you were at our Gen Con shows, or the Star Wars show in particular, you got to hear some new Jedi names. And so there were 3 Jedi characters introduced. Their names were Derp Man Bun, Poop Shootero, and Queef Chalupa. So we've actually talked about getting your own Jedi name as a Patreon reward. So if you're interested in that, please do let us know, and we'll work that in.
God. Not only that, but your patronage will get you more Negaverse episodes.
Yay!
Yeah, as long as we stay above our cap, then Negaverse episodes keep happening each month. And we have no problems recording them. We enjoy them. It's the only time that Rissy and I get along, somewhat, kind of. So you are bringing us together as like a family unit.
A weird, gross family full of dicks.
Family unit full of dicks.
Full of dicks and poop stuff.
Full of dicks and poop stuff.
And snail mucus.
And also, by being a patron, you can be super awesome and be like the people that I'm about to read, which we always end our podcast with, which is the shout out to you guys. So thank you for your patronage. John Haight, special shout out to our top patron. He is number one on the patron leaderboard because I turned this into a leaderboard and he is leaderboarding. Mary Henderson, she's new and
awesome.
Straight up high up on the leaderboard.
We love her.
Joshua Griffiths, Richard Hirsch, which is new. Our faithful Northern Minion, John Kozlowski, Travis Mays, and Wendy, and Aaron.
And Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. And Aaron.
Thank you. He and I need to play some video games soon. Carlos Macera, Gordon Nelson, John Locke, Aaron Griffin.
You're an asshole.
Darren Wilson, he's new. Zachary Drake is new. John Anderson is new. Joseph Harris is new. Jeff Peterson is new. Justin Mansfield, also new. Bam! Rapid fire.
Holy shit.
Joe Louie, the great Luke Ski, Stephen Kendall, Eric Ruggles, Jay, only one letter, Teller, and Wayne Wells. Thank you all for making this possible.
You guys are awesome, and we love you.
Oh, yes. Rissy, it's been a something.
Something indeed.
And it's been something like a pleasure.
It's been a hog-churning old time.
A hog-churning old time.
Hog-churning old time.
Well, thank you all for joining us. If you're listening afterward, thank you for tuning in on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and subscribe and share it. Get the word out. Spread that Dork Pride worldwide, motherfuckers.
Spread it all around like freshly churned butter.
That's right. That's my hog churning sound.
That's a good hog churning sound, Jeff.
Thank you. Well, this has been the second episode of the Negaverse within the Dork Pridecast. We're inside of an inside.
Right. Inception noise!
We're a cyst on the Pridecast.
A horrible fetid cyst.
Yes, and we keep growing.
If you lance us, dicks will fly out.
Yes. Don't lance it.
Don't lance all the dicks.
Just leave it, and eventually it might go back down. Who knows? But do not lance it, or dicks will rain out.
Yeah.
In a waterfall of dicks.
Don't go chasing that waterfall.
Don't go chasing that waterfall of dicks. It's another fucking title. We just did it, Rissy.
I know!
Don't go chasing waterfalls of dicks.
Waterfalls of dicks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you all next month. It's been a pleasure. And see.